Find out everything you can about Formula 100, my editor tells me. And no, Schumacher's not involved, so there's no trips overseas. Damn! It was news to me, even as a moto journo, that Formula 100 is a new dual fuel. Not just a renaming of an old product, but literally a brand new petrol. And our very own Sasol is launching it. Dual fuel. That has a good ring to it. Words are the tools of my trade, so I like the sound of words almost as much as I love the revving of an engine. Dual fuel. Nice name. Although I personally don't care what a fuel is called. Give me performance, prolong engine life, and show a certain environmental consciousness in a product. Now that matters. Let's see. What do I know about this Sasol Formula 100? Absolutely nothing. Although my well-informed editor says it's been in development for quite a few years with extensive testing both locally as well as overseas, and that reputable institutions such as Eurotype, SABS and WearCheck were involved. But you know, what intrigues me is that they say any petrol engine car on the road, regardless of age and specification, can use it. Any car? Nah, I mean how? Anyway, these guys at Sasol Oil's Fuel Research and Development Division have all the answers. Until I get there, it's all food for thought and a good excuse to get out of Joburg.
Dennis, thank you for seeing me. Please step this way. You've read my column, so you know what I think about fuel. I mean, they're not all the same, not so.
Yes, well, I'm quite familiar with your column, John. Neither of us are new to fuel, but I suspect that dual fuel is new to you.
Yes, Formula 100 dual fuel. What does that give you? Double the mileage?
No. Please, step into my office. Because it's new and totally unique to South Africa, it gives any vehicle owner the opportunity of using a cleaner burning fuel that prolongs the lifespan of engine parts, enhances performance, and improves efficiency.
That's pretty good stuff, but can we backtrack a little?
As you well know, Sasol set itself the goal of developing a fuel that would not only suit the latest technology cars, but would also improve the performance of older cars.
Now, we've tested a lot, including road tests with the old and the very latest generation petrol-engined cars found on South African roads. It's also been used in modified form on racetracks in South Africa for more than a year. So now, you can say we're rather proud to introduce this dual fuel. A fuel that will give top performance in all cars, right through to the most advanced petrol engine cars.
And it's cleaner burning.
Of course, but it offers so many other advantages. Here, let me show you. Now, Sasol's dual fuel provides excellent corrosion protection. Over here we have several examples of this. Take a look inside this fuel tank, for example. This proves that your fuel system lasts longer.
I guess it provides extra protection for the petrol filter too.
Yep, increasing filter life and giving less inlet valve deposits, which will of course improve idling, acceleration, fuel efficiency, and the overall performance of the car, whether you have carbs or injectors. Now, the combustion chamber must also benefit, of course. Now, notice the usual deposits that are made. Now, look at the red coloring that was made from 3 days of testing. It's slightly unusual, don't you think?
I've never seen that before. Why is that?
Well, with dual fuel, we're not using lead. We're using an advanced lubricant so that older cars that don't have hardened valve seat inserts can use the fuel too.
So this is the lubricant that really makes this unleaded fuel a dual fuel?
In essence, yes.
And I suppose this cleaner burning extends the life of spark plugs. Another benefit of dual fuel.
Here we have an experiment with another manufacturer of fuel. Now, look at the exhaust valve seat recession. See how the valve lies below the surface of the head? Now, only a decent fuel lubricant can prevent this. Now, as I've said before, with dual fuel, we have developed an alternative lubricant to lead. Look at this valve and how comfortably it lies in its seat, indicating absolutely no recession whatsoever. Now, as I've said before, this benefits older cars that even without hardened valve seat inserts can use it.
Yeah, but modern cars have a special hardened valve seat insert built in, which makes all this lubrication a non-issue.
Exactly. But this petrol has other features, such as corrosion protection and cleaner burning, which make it an optimum fuel for the latest generation cars.
But with older cars, dual fuel leaves a lubricating layer over the exhaust valve seat, which protects the valve seat against wear. Now, this protection has been checked by Sasol and is guaranteed.
I see. Okay, but what about emissions?
Come this way. Dual fuel has proven that it creates low emissions in non-catalyst cars and in cars with catalytic converters. And here I have a catalytic converter in front of me. It's a cross-section. And this is a catalytic core. Now, dual fuel increases catalyst life and efficiency.
So less harmful emissions overall. Music to my ears.
Yes, John. Sasol's dual fuel has been optimized to create cleaner burning engines. So these harmful hydrocarbons, nitrous oxide, the carbon monoxide, as well as carbon dioxide, which is your typical greenhouse gas that affects global warming, is reduced. In fact, I have some graphs here to prove that. Here is, this line represents your average fuel in the marketplace, and these are the reductions in emissions below that. This should make for some interesting reading. Sasol has really taken its motorists, their vehicles, and its environment into account when developing this dual fuel. I can give that to you in writing.
Thanks, Dennis.
I can give it to you in writing. Well, if I'm going to put myself on the line when I write the story, Sasol may as well do the same. And it looks like they have. Oh boy, did they test. Lab research. A range of old and new technology petrol-engined vehicles, including 4 BMs clocking up 50,000 Ks each in just 6 months. Collaboration with all sorts of reputable institutions, including the Eurotype test facility in East London. They've put their money where their mouth is. So let's see if I can do the same. So much for all the mumbo jumbo. All I want to do is feel this Formula 100 in action.
Hola. Hey, sir. Welcome to Sasol, sir. Hey, have you heard about Sasol's new dual fuel, now available at all the blue pumps?
Oh boy, everyone's in marketing these days.
Yeah, sure. Why don't you fill her up?
Sure.
Tell me something, Joe. Have you got your own car?
Yeah, I'm full.
So, what do you think of this new fuel? I mean, not as a Sasol guy, but as a driver.
You know what? Your exhaust doesn't burn white with it.
What are you talking about?
It's dark brown. Affirmative fuel. No, serious, Joe. You see that light gray color in your exhaust was because of lead oxide deposits. As well, they were harmful, not very nice, but Sasol's dual fuel doesn't give harmful lead deposits. Dark brown is beautiful, and it's clean.
So, you think this fuel is cleaner?
Think? Before I don't think, I know. I work with my Skorokoro. Yeah, you see, I understand cars. You see, you'll see better performance, cleaner spark plugs, that last longer oil life, less engine wear, and a far longer exhaust life.
Man, you should be in a research lab.
Joe, I turned down the job just to be under the sunshine, But seriously, Joe, it's the best fuel in the market, and it carries the SABS mark of approval. You remember what I said,
Yeah, but what if I experience problems? Where will you be?
Man, what are you worried about? Sasol backs is dual fuel with a guarantee. And if you have a problem using this fuel, which I doubt, Sasol will carry the repair costs, parts and labor, covering fuel lines, fuel tank, carburetor, fuel injectors, inlet valve sticking, and exhaust valve seat recession. You can call them toll-free, man, on 0800 450 450. You can tell them anything. Liberal windscreen.
Oh, yeah, please.
Everyone believes in the Sasol dual fuel so much. Yeah, where there's no smoke, there's power. Okay, baby, you've got the latest technology in your fuel tank. Now let's see what you can do. Dual fuel, here we go!
lucky day. Oh, check this, baby. Now this is performance personified. Shall I fill up?
Right to the top.
Oh, leaded or unleaded?
Super. Well, only the best is good enough for my baby.
Then this is your lucky day.
Introducing new Sasol Formula 100 Dual Fuel.
Baby!
Guaranteed for use in both leaded and unleaded petrol engines.